Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this new video. So in this video, this is going to be Sarah in the Bible. So I'm going to read some Bible verses. Let's see, 1, 2, 33 Bible verses I'm going to read about Sarah, okay guys? So, without further ado. So first, Genesis 20:2. And Abraham said of Sarah his wife, "She is my sister," and Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. Genesis 18:11. Now Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of woman. Genesis 18:10. And he said, "I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life, and lo, Sarah thy wife shall have a son." And Sarah heard it in the tent door which was behind him. Genesis 23:2. And Sarah died in Kirjath Abba, the same is Hebron, in the land of Canaan, and Abraham came to mourn for Sarah and to weep for her. Genesis 23:1. And Sarah was 107 years old, and there were the years of the life of Sarah. Genesis 21:1. And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said, and the Lord did unto Sarah as he had spoken. Numbers 26-46. And the name of the daughter of Asher was Sarah. Genesis 18-15. Then Sarah denied, saying, "I laughed not," for she was afraid. And he said, "Nay, but thou didst laugh." Genesis 18-13. And the Lord said unto Abraham, "Wherefore did Sarah laugh, saying, Shall I of a surely bear a child which am old?" Genesis 21:2. For Sarah conceived and bare Abraham a son in his old age at the set time of which God had spoken of to him. Genesis 17-21. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at the set time in the next year. Genesis 21:9. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar the Egyptian, which she had born unto Abraham, mocking. Genesis 18:2. And he lifted up his eyes and looked, and lo, 3 men stood by him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door and bowed himself toward the ground. Genesis 21:3. And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare to him, Isaac. Genesis 20-18. For the Lord had fast closed up all the wombs of the house of Amalek because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. Genesis 21-6. And Sarah said, God hath made me to laugh, so that all that hear will laugh with me. Genesis 18-9. And they said unto him, Where is Sarah thy wife? And he said, Behold, in the tent. Genesis 25-10. The field which Abraham purchased of the sons of Heth, there was Abraham buried, and Sarah his wife. Genesis 25-12. Now these are the generations of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah's handmaid, bare unto Abraham. Genesis 23-19. And after this Abraham buried Sarah his wife in the cave of the field of Machpelah before Mibra, the same in Hebron in the land of Canaan. Genesis 20-14. And Abraham took sheep and oxen and men servants and women servants and gave them unto Abraham and restored him Sarah his wife. Genesis 24-36. And Sarah, my master's wife, bare a son to my master when she was old, and unto him hath he given all that he hath. Genesis 18-14. Is anything too hard for the Lord? At the time appointed I will return unto thee according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. Genesis 17-15. And God said unto Abraham, As for Sarah thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarah, but Sarah shall her name be. Genesis 21-7. And she said, Who would have said unto Abraham that Sarah should have given children suck, for I have borne him a son in his old age. Genesis 18-6. And Abraham hasted into the tent unto Sarah, and said, Make ready quickly the measures of fine meal, knead it, and make cakes upon the hearth. Okay, Isaiah 51-2. Look unto Abraham your father, and unto Sarah that bare you, for I called him alone, and blessed him, and increased him. Genesis 20-16. And unto Sarah he said, Behold, I have given thy brother 1,000 pieces of silver. Behold, he is to thee a covering of the eyes unto all that are with you, and with all other thus she was reproved. Genesis 17-19. And God said unto Sarah, Thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. Genesis 17-17. Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed, and said in his heart, Shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old, and shall Sarah that is 90 years old bear? Genesis 21-12. And God said unto Abraham, Let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad, and because of thy bondwoman, in all that Sarah hath said unto thee. Hearken unto her voice, for in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Genesis 24-67. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. And Isaac was confronted after his mother's death. Right, the last one, Genesis 49-31. There they buried Abraham and Sarah, his wife. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah, his wife, and there they buried Leah. So that's Bible verses about Leah. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Make sure you like, you subscribe, turn the bell on so you're notified every time I release a new video. And glory be to God. Amen, amen, amen.